welcome back to the YellowCard Vanguard channel. I'm your host, Toku from It's Toku TV on Twitch. Every Monday, I'm streaming Vanguard content, and the past few Mondays, we've been brewing up clan collection lists and testing them. So swing on by to be part of the process. We are on day 2 of clan collection cores, and today we are featuring the deck of the best bro of all Vanguard series, Miwa Taishi. Hey, minasan, chotto matte kudasai yo! I'm going to preface this video by saying this is not an upgrade, this is not a side grade. Seal Dragons is a downgrade from what we currently have for Kagerou. It is very hard to compete for a place in this clan when your competition is Dragonic Overlord the X, Turnabout, Blade Master. But it does provide a new playstyle to the deck which one may find more fun. The deck is absolutely carried by how much good stuff is in Kagerou at the moment, so one can find solace in that. Alternatively, because of how sought after the good stuff is, it might be too expensive to build a C-tier deck. Let's run over the new cards in the deck. Starting us off is the Grade 1 Seal Dragon Kersey. On V or R placement, you can pay the cost to retire an opponent's rear guard. Then, your opponent may call a Grade 2 from their hand to an open rear circle with auto skills turned off. If they don't call, you draw 2. Wow, draw 2? This card must be great. Nah, it's pretty bad. You could run 0 and run other spot removals instead if that's what you're looking for, but it could help into playing into Blockade. Play 2 or 3, never 4. The new Grade 2 is Seal Dragon Corduroy. Once per turn, activation skill, you can counterblast 1 to return an opponent's rear guard. Your opponent then checks the top 5 of their deck for up to 1 Grade 2 unit and call it to an open rear circle with the auto skills turned off. If they don't call any, you refund the cost. Now, this card is actually not too bad. As long as this card stays on board, you effectively have a once per turn spot remove for rear guard. Both lines, whether your opponent calls or not calls, is not bad either, since one of them leads to a better blockade turn and the other one leads to a refund. Thank God you don't have to discard for this one. Finally, we have Seal Dragon Blockade. The big baddie, the big daddy. Emphasis on the baddie. Once per turn for counterblast, you can wipe your opponent's board of Grade 2s, and for each that you pop, your front row gains 10k. If your opponent has no Grade 2s to retire, Christmas comes early and you get 1 imaginary gift force marker. His second skill changes his original crit to 2 if there's no Grade 2 anywhere on your opponent's board. Note that this can be really funny if your opponent gets Grade Stuck at Grade 1, and you ride into Blockade. Run 4 because it's Blockade. The new Heel Guardian, Dragon Dancer Nasasha. Like most Heel Guardians, until the meta is developed and set in stone, it's up in the air which one to run, but in this deck it's very worth considering as going second sucks, so you want to make it to at least your second turn at 3, and going first, you can at least hit yourself with her to get the counterblast that you need for Blockade. Let's run through the deck core. For the sake of flow, I'll preface the deck core with the win con. We're looking to ride Blockade over Dauntless Drive Dragon. Altogether, we're looking at a 2 crit Blockade, multiple force markers, restanding for game. We've also got copies of Burnrise Dragon as a secondary threat, swinging at 25k crit after DDD's sub-effect resolves, plus 10k from any DDD effects, and plus 10k from any Blockade effects. Yes, please understand that this is effectively a weaker .X that needs more moving pieces. To get to this win con, we want a lot of cards that do collect these pieces. Once again, I cannot reiterate how lucky this deck is to be able to use all of the generic good stuff that Kagerou provides. To max out on our win con, we play 4 Blockades and 4 DDDs. Going first, we aim to ride DDD, then re-ride to Blockade for that restanding 2 crit, and if your opponent did get Grade 1 stuck, maybe you can ride into Blockade and laugh at them. Our alternative attacker is Burnrise, so we're playing 3 of this fellow, hopefully drawn to 1, if not 2, by the time we look to close out game. The other 2 Seal Dragons, Corduroy and Kersey, aren't amazing cards, but do sort of bait Grade 2s onto the field for Blockade turn, so we can run 3 of each. Honestly, you could run better cards in this slot and dip into the massive good stuff pool that Kagerou. Diving further into this generic pool that Kagerou has, we're running 4 Break Breath Dragon as our ride target. 2 Berserk Dragons as an alternative ride target, and also an attacker that should hit solo. We've got 4 Dragon Knight Keyshot, as our ride target, as well as our grade 3 searcher. Also a way on rear circle to pop a back row and to filter for more pieces. We've got 2 lava flows as an extra 2 copies of a grade 3 searcher, so we have all in total 6 ways to search for DDDs and blockades. Finally, to round out the deck, we've got 4 copies of air mode to provide countercharge, as well as a way to, once again, dig for more combo pieces. Now, I'm sure we can all agree that the grade 2 and grade 1 seal dragons could be replaced if we wanted to optimize this even more. Other options could be upping counts of Berserk Dragon and Lava Flows for consistency. Consider running Heat Shot Dragon as a double booster for the Blockade DDD turns. But we're already running most of the good generic options for Kagerou already, so there's really not too much to explore. Outside of trigger options, such as more draws to find pieces faster, or cool orders such as Power Rise Elixir to just make your center column that much more threatening. As for my prediction on Blockade DDD, as stated multiple times, this deck will be playable solely from the benefits of all the generic good cards that Kagerou provides in that clan, but it is nowhere near as strong as Blade Master DDD or .X. Play around with ratios, maybe you'll find that having Corduroy and Kersey as an every turn removal of a card and slowly plucking your opponent of valid attackers will help in the longer run of the game. Maybe screw the grade 1 and grade 2 Seal Dragons, period, and max out on consistently pieces to get that DDD blockade turn much more consistently. That's all I've got today for today's segment on Clan Collection Cores, and I hope to see you back here tomorrow for the next one. This has been Toku from YellowCard Vanguard. Toku out.